Okay, so you're getting ready for an ICT Operations Manager interview.
That's great.
We're using RoleCatcher's career and interview guides
Mm.
to really help you prepare.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at not just what the role is, but what hiring managers are really looking for.
Yeah, it's interesting how these resources go a bit deeper into how to answer those questions
Exactly.
and how to tailor your responses.
Yeah, and we'll sprinkle in how RoleCatcher's AI can give you an edge with tailoring your answers and getting feedback. But first, let's set the stage. What does an ICT Operations Manager actually do?
So they're really the backbone of an organization's technology. They make sure everything runs smoothly, from hardware and software to entire business processes. And it's really a blend of technical expertise with leadership
Hmm.
and strategic thinking.
So it's not just like fixing computers. It's about leading a team, managing projects, aligning technology with the organization's goals.
That's a lot. It is. It is. And that's why you get those high salaries and job security, which the career guide mentions. But, you have to think about the long hours and the high pressure situations as well.
Yeah, finding the right fit is really important. Speaking of fit, let's look at those interview questions. The first one in the guide asks us about implementing and managing IT projects.
This is where you really want to tell a story. So don't just list the projects you've worked on. Pick something specific that's going to show off your skills and matches what they are looking for in the job description. Think about a challenge you had in a project, how you approached it, what the outcome was, what impact you made.
So like instead of saying, I implemented a new cloud storage system, I should tell the whole story. What was the situation? What were the challenges, the actions I took, the positive impact?
Exactly. And don't be afraid to get into the details, like, did you have to work with different people to get it done? Or make tough decisions about the budget? Those are the details that make the story real and show you can solve problems.
This is where RoleCatcher can come in. I can use the AI to make sure my examples match what the company wants.
For sure. RoleCatcher's CV Builder and the interview practice features. They use AI to help you pick the best skills to talk about. And they can analyze videos, too. It's like having a coach right there with you.
That's so cool. What about people without a ton of project management experience, like early in their careers?
Think about transferable skills, things you did in school, or volunteer work where you had to plan or lead. Like, did you organize a fundraiser or a big group project? Even if it's not IT related, it shows you can handle things.
Even if you weren't officially a project manager, you can still show those skills. Okay, question 2 from the guide. This one's about prioritizing different demands and making sure IT problems get solved quickly.
This question's all about staying calm. When things are crazy, the interviewer wants to know you have a system for figuring out what's urgent. Describe how you prioritize tasks. Do you use a ticketing system or a Kanban board? These things show you're organized.
So it's not just saying I'm good at handling stress. It's about how you actually manage it.
Exactly. And don't forget about communication. How do you keep everyone updated during an IT crisis? How do you manage expectations so everyone's on the same page?
Communication is key, even when it's hectic. It's about leadership.
Yes.
Question 3 is about making sure IT operations match the business goals.
This is where you show you can think strategically and connect technology with success. You need to show them you get their goals and how IT helps them get there. Have you researched the company? Do you understand their mission and their values?
So it's not enough to be a tech whiz. You need to speak the language of business and know how your skills help the bottom line.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's AI can help you here, too. It can look at the job description and what the company does online and suggest answers that match their needs.
That's amazing. So you can really target what they care about.
Exactly.
Okay, question 4 dives into ITIL, like those IT service management frameworks.
They want to know if you understand best practices for IT service delivery and management. Don't just say ITIL. Tell them how you've used it, maybe for incident management. To fix a big problem, explain how it helped, like minimizing downtime and keeping service levels up.
So show them you know how to use it in the real world.
Yes, and if you have certifications like ITIL Foundation, definitely mention them. It shows you're serious about your career.
Okay, let's talk security. Question 5 asks about protecting IT infrastructure from cyber threats.
This is where you show them you're proactive. It's not just about reacting. It's about having a plan. Talk about risk assessments, security audits, and strong security policies. How do you stay updated on the latest threats?
So it's about being prepared.
Yeah.
And being a step ahead.
Exactly. And what about your employees? Do they know about security risks?
Okay.
And how to stay safe? Talking about security training programs shows you think about the whole picture.
Security is everyone's responsibility.
Absolutely.
Okay, question 6 is all about managing IT budgets and keeping costs down.
This is about making smart decisions, about IT spending. Show them you can prioritize, find ways to save money, and be good at negotiating.
So it's about being a good business person, not
Yes.
just a tech expert.
Right.
Okay, question 7. This one's about managing IT staff and developing team members.
Here's where you show your leadership style. How do you motivate your team? Do you make it a collaborative environment? Are you helping them grow their skills?
It's about showing you can create a good work environment.
Yes.
What about leadership styles? Should I say I'm like a transformational leader?
It's good to know those things, but the most important thing is to be yourself. Think about your experiences. What are your strengths and weaknesses? What kind of team do you work best in? How do you handle conflict? They want to know if you'll fit in.
So be yourself, but be ready with examples of how you've led.
Exactly.
Last question. This one's about staying up to date on the latest IT trends and technologies.
They want to know you're passionate and that you're always learning. Don't just list what you read. Talk about specific technologies you're excited about. Have you tried machine learning? Or cloud computing? Or blockchain?
Show them you're curious and you want to learn new things.
Exactly. And how those new things can help the company.
That was great. We covered so much, but I think there's more to talk about
Definitely.
when it comes to this interview.
Yeah, we'll get into more detail next time. And talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can help even more.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Me neither.
Okay, we're back. Ready to really get into these interview questions. We talked about the basics, but how do we make our answers stand out?
It's all in the details. You want to show them how you think, not just what you know.
Right. So that first question about IT projects, we talked about telling a story, but how do we make it a good story?
Remember that STAR method? Situation, task, action, result. When you describe the situation, don't just say the project name. Tell them why it mattered. What were the goals?
So instead of we implemented a new cloud system, explain why we needed it. Was the old system bad? Security risks? Too much data?
Yeah, paint a picture
Yep.
of the challenge. Then when you talk about your tasks, focus on what you are responsible for.
So if I was on a team,
Mm-hmm.
I don't take credit for everything, just my part.
Right. And when you get to the action part, that's where you shine. What steps did you take? What tools did you use? How did you solve problems?
This is where RoleCatcher can help. I can practice and get feedback
Mm,
on how I'm explaining my problem solving.
absolutely. The AI can analyze your answer and suggest ways to improve it, maybe add more detail, or highlight specific skills they're looking for.
That's so useful. Okay, question 2. About prioritizing and solving problems fast.
This one is all about staying calm under pressure. They want to know you have a process.
Right. So I shouldn't just say I'm good at multitasking.
Right.
I need to explain how I decide what's most urgent.
Yes, and how you keep track of everything. Maybe you use a Kanban board or a ticketing system. And don't forget communication. How do you keep everyone informed?
So clear communication is important, even when things are crazy.
It shows you can lead.
Okay, question 3. About aligning IT with business goals.
This one needs more strategic thinking.
Yeah, it's about the big picture.
You have to show them you understand their goals. Did you research the company? Do you know their mission and values?
So I need to show them I understand business, not just technology.
Exactly. RoleCatcher can help you tailor your answer here. The AI can look at the company online and figure out what's important to them.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, question 4 about ITIL.
This is where you talk about best practices. Don't just mention ITIL. Give an example, like how you used incident management to solve a problem.
So I should explain how I used ITIL in real life.
Yes, and if you have certifications, like ITIL Foundation, definitely mention those.
Okay, question 5. Security is a big deal these days.
Absolutely.
How do we answer that question about protecting infrastructure?
It's about being proactive. Talk about risk assessments, security audits, penetration testing, incident response plans. How do you stay updated on threats?
So it's about having a plan
Mm-hmm.
and always learning new things.
Exactly. And what about your employees? Do they know about security risks? Have you done security training?
Right, security is everyone's job.
Exactly.
Question 6 is about managing budgets.
Here, you need to show you can make tough decisions.
Yeah.
About spending. Show them you can prioritize and find ways to save money.
It's about being good with money.
Yes.
Okay, question 7 is about managing people.
This is where you talk about leadership.
Right. Give examples of mentoring and giving feedback.
And don't forget conflict resolution. How do you handle disagreements?
Good point. Last question. Staying up to date on new technologies.
Show them you're passionate. Don't just list things. Talk about specific technologies. that you're excited about.
Show them I'm curious and I like to learn.
Yes, and how that learning benefits the company. RoleCatcher can help here too. The AI can show you what technologies the company uses.
That's so helpful. I feel much more prepared now.
Great.
I'm sure there's more we can talk about.
Definitely. We'll cover more next time.
Awesome. All right, we're back for the last part of our deep dive into that ICT Operations Manager interview. We've talked about the questions, how to answer them, and even how to keep learning. But let's really look at RoleCatcher's AI tools and how they can help us stand out.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm really curious about how they work.
So first, there's the CV Builder. It's not just about making your resume look good. It uses AI to see what's in the job description, and then it helps you highlight the best parts of your experience.
So it's like having someone help you write the perfect resume.
Exactly. You can go through everything you've done
Yeah.
and pick out the things that match what they're looking for. It even suggests keywords to use.
That's so cool. It's like it knows what the employers want.
And then there's the interview practice feature. This
Yeah.
one is amazing. You can practice answering questions, and the AI will analyze your video and give you feedback.
Wait, it can analyze videos?
Yes.
That's incredible.
It looks at how you speak, your
Yeah.
body language, and even what you're saying. It can tell you if you're talking too fast or if you need to be more clear.
So it's not just about what I say, it's about how I say it.
Exactly. And you can practice as many times as you want until you feel really confident.
That's so helpful. I feel so much more prepared now.
I'm glad to hear that.
So beyond all the tools and tips, what's the most important thing to remember for this interview?
Remember, they're not just looking for skills. They want someone who's passionate about technology, someone who wants to help the company succeed.
Yeah.
Let them see your enthusiasm. Talk about the projects you're proud of, the challenges you've overcome.
So show them who I am, not just what I can do.
Exactly. Be yourself, be confident, and let your passion shine through.
That's great advice. So we've got the insights, we've practiced the questions, and we've got RoleCatcher on our side. Are you ready to rock this interview?
I think so.
Remember, this is just the start. The world of ICT is always changing. So keep learning and be curious.
Yes.
And one last thought. What excites you about ICT? Let that excitement show in your interview. That's how you'll really stand out. Good luck.
Thanks.